Okay, we're gonna start with a medium 4 yarn, worst weight, which is also, it's known as commonly, with the suggested H or 8 hook, which is also a 5mm. And right here you can see that I have a 5mm as it suggests. You're gonna pull, you can pull from the butt here, or you can take off the label, and there is another, see, there's another, and it will, this one wraps around the yarn. I typically pull from the butt, but see, there might be a knot in there, which can be also such a hard thing to deal with when you're crocheting. See, like, it doesn't want to move. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this end. So you're gonna take your label off. I tend to keep my labels because they have like how you can wash, iron, like no dry, or you know, it tells you like all the things you need. And if you give somebody a gift or whatever you need, it's easier to have like the label so you can remember what you've got. Okay, so we're gonna start with, I guess, a slip knot. So you have your yarn. You pinch it. So you take one end, fold it over. You're gonna pinch, and hold on, this is gonna be hard to explain. So I grab it, kind of like this, twist, make a fish, grab this one, the one that's attached to it, not the end piece, right here. So you have it like this. You're gonna pull through. We'll do it one more time. We're gonna do it this way. I always make sure that the end is here. We're gonna do this. You're gonna pinch it, pinch between thumb, grab with your middle finger. You got it. You're gonna twist, make a little X or a fishy or whatever makes you think of it. Grab. You can like do like this. It's hard. If you have to practice, don't worry. Do like this. You're gonna grab. Make sure you have the end piece with these 2 fingers so you know you can grab this side. Grab it with your 2 fingers, and then you're just gonna pull it up, and then that is your slip knot. Now this can be difficult, and if that's too hard, I'll show you another way. So what we're gonna do, you're gonna get your hook. You're going to just put it like that. Hold it. Make sure you have the end. I like to pull it out so there's a little bit here. Put your finger on your hook with the yarn underneath. You're going to wrap it around like that. Hold, pinch this with this finger, and then you're going to pull. You're going to pull down like that. But see, this is what gets hard. See how it's kind of still loose? You got to hold that, wrap it, and do it this way. And there's also another way you can make a slip knot. This can be also hard if you're not used to using your hook. So we'll do this way one more time. Okay, so we're going to fold it over, give yourself a loop, pinch, grab with your middle finger, pull it, twist, grab with your 2 fingers, pull through, slip knot. Okay, now that you have your slip knot, you'll take your hook. Your hook, that is whatever yarn you're using suggests. You're going to put it in the loop. Now, grab these 2 and pull like that. So grab each end. This is your dead end, which is what I call it, just like the loose end of the yarn. And this is what's attached to your bundle. So this side's your bundle, and this side is your end piece, your dead end. So now you pull it tight, so it's on there. Now, an experienced crocheter is going to wrap this around their finger for their tension. But that's going to be hard for someone who's new at crocheting. So I say just hold it. Oops, sorry, it's a habit. You can use your hand like this. You can wrap with your hand like this. You can wrap it this way, you can change hands and wrap, whichever way is easiest for you. So I'm going to do this because it's hard for me not to. And when so now that you have your slip knot on your hook, you're going to wrap, which is you're going to wrap over, yarn over is what they also call it, a yarn over. And now you're going to pull your yarn, you're going to pull your hook, pull, and then you want to twist it a little bit so that it will get underneath this. So you're going to pull and twist, and then you're going to pull up. And see, let me show you something that happens sometimes with yarn. Do you see how it's kind of got this little piece right here? What you're just going to do is take your hook and just put it right through so that it's all one again. It's because with the yarn, see if you twist it apart, it's got all those single strands, so sometimes you catch them. So that is one chain. So we're going to do it again. You're going to yarn over your hook, down, turn, there you go. So now you have 2 chains, and you can see they kind of look like these little V's. Let me get some more on there and I'll show you some more. So you're gonna go yarn over, down and through, yarn over, down and through, yarn over, down and through. How do I have? And the way you can count them if you get lost on your stitches. So I see you have these little, looks like a braid almost, but they kind of look like little V's. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 chains right there. So I think I'm going to do, we'll do 11, and I'll explain why 11. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we're going to do 11 chains because I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet. A single crochet is a small stitch. It's very tight. So we're going to do 11 because that one extra stitch is the height of what a single crochet is when it's knotted. So that's going to be where you turn your work, and we're going to start going back this way. So now that I have 11, my actual stitches will be 10. I'll have 10 stitches because my extra one doesn't count as a stitch. So we have my one. We're going to yarn over. If you have to, like I said, you can wrap this way, you can wrap this way, just yarn over. Yarn needs to go over your hook so that it will cause a loop. So this is where things can get a little tricky. Do you see this little bar here? So what you're going to do, so take your yarn for a single crochet, you're going to insert it in between the V. So see how it kind of, move it down a little, see how it kind of makes this little hole in between there? That's where you're going to put it. Then, so you have your yarn inserted into your stitch or your chain. You're going to yarn over, pull up a loop. That's what this is called when you have more than one. You pull up a loop. So let's do that again. You're going to pull it out. So you've just finished your 11 chains and you're about to insert into your first single crochet. So you're going to insert into it. You're going to pull up or yarn over, and then pull up a loop, which is you pull underneath and back through. And then to finish the single crochet, you're going to yarn over again and then pull through both loops. So then you just move to the next chain. So you're going to insert into the chain, pull up a loop, pull them up, yarn over, back underneath both loops on your hook. So you're going to insert into the chain, grab a loop, yarn over, pull up your loop. You're going to have 2 bars or 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through both. And that is a single crochet. Now, we're going to do it again because this can be a little confusing. Go through your chain in the middle. You're going to yarn over. So then you're going to pull down, twist, and over or under that chain. And then you're going to yarn over, pull down underneath both loops on your hook. And then you can keep going. Now that we get to the end, I'm going to show you something because this is always the hardest one for me to grab because I always make my chains a little too tight. So what we're going to do is see, it's hard to tell sometimes, but this is where your knot is. This is where your slip knot would be right here. But there's still this chain. So you can still kind of see there's a chain there, and it can be kind of hard to get it through if you accidentally make it too tight like I tend to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of just shove it through. Yarn over and do the same thing. Yarn over, pull up your loop, and then pull through both. And there you have your first row of single crochets. And this is what the back looks like. And there are certain things you can do with that, but right now we're not worried about that. Right now, I just want to get you doing your first crochets. So, all right, now if you want to keep moving up, so you want to keep adding rows, what you're going to do is like how I explained when we did our chain 11, and we actually only have 10 stitches because the 11th chain is it helps you move forward or move up rows. So so what you're going to do with this is you're going to yarn over and just pull through, and that is a chain just like in the beginning. So with a single crochet you only do 1. Then you can turn, so you turn your work, whatever you're working on, you turn it. Then you're going to find the first single crochet, which is right here. Now this is where things get a little different. So before, when you were using your chain, because there wasn't an actual stitch, you would just bit through one of these loops like this. Well, you're not going to do that now. What you're going to do is you're going to insert underneath this V. So you're going to go underneath right here. Right here, there's a little bit. So what you do is you insert underneath, and you'll have 2. So that means you have both underneath that V. Yarn over and pull up a loop just like before. Yarn over and pull through. So that means, see, and that's another single crochet. So we're going to do it again. From the top, this is what it looks like. You have your little V, and from the side you're going to insert right underneath those 2. So then underneath both of the bars on the V, yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over and underneath both loops on your hook. And you can keep doing that. So when, and when you get there, you can see each little, you can see underneath right there and right there and right there. If you have to pull a little bit to kind of see it a little better. That is where you'll insert your hook to make your next stitch. So we're going to insert underneath the V's, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, underneath. So underneath, I like to put my finger here so that I can really push it and make, just in case if it's tight, because sometimes I crochet a little too tight. So I always put my finger there. You don't have to, just insert whatever way makes you feel comfortable. Then make sure you have both bars on your hook. You're going to yarn over your hook, underneath those bars, pull up a loop. So this is what this means when it says pull up a loop. You've pulled up the loop onto your hook. You're going to yarn over, now pull down under both loops on your hook. And then you can just keep going. Oops, and that's okay. See, sometimes I just messed up. That's all right. As long as you still have this one, the one that's connected to your yarn. See, if I pull it, I pull like this, it comes out, but then if I pull this, my yarn again, it's still tight. And now, if you mess up, you take your hook out and you pull this, and this will take all of your stitches out, so be careful, okay? So if you miss, that happens to me often. It's no big deal. Just make sure you don't pull too hard, because then you'll start unraveling what you've done. And then, okay, so now we're at the end, and sometimes this can be kind of hard to see. And this would be where your chain is. So this end right here, this little bit right there was actually your 11th chain from your very beginning. And this one right here is your very first single crochet you started with. So it can be kind of hard sometimes to tell the difference. So you just want this one. So you're going to insert your hook underneath like that. Do the same thing you were doing. Sorry, make sure my was a little tight. You're going to yarn over, pull up your loop. Oops, I pulled through both on accident. Here, so see, I accidentally messed up. So you're gonna pull it out like that. Make sure you have a hold of this. Put your hook back through your yarn and try again. So you're going to insert underneath both the V bars, yarn over, pull up your loop, and then yarn over and pull through both. And there you have 2 rows of single crochets.